Welcome back to yet another edition of the Deuce and Don podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Don.
And I'm Deuce, man. I'm just so glad to be back, man.
Me too, man. No question. For sure, man. It's been a little time, about 3 months, but let's just get right back into it, man.
Yes, sir.
So today is July 21st. It's Monday. Last weekend, a lot of artists have been releasing new music, and so basically, yeah, Okay, cool. Yeah. So basically what we're doing is a whole bunch of new albums came out last Friday. And so but the main one we're going to be talking about today is the Clipse.
Yes, sir. The Clipse album, Pusha T and Malice, they're back.
Yeah.
They dropped a phenomenal album.
Definitely. I agree with that.
He started a lot of controversy, but they did a phenomenal job of Pharrell, the Neptunes,
Pharrell.
I'm really impressed with how they're still doing all that great work in the studio, man. It's really impressive.
Definitely. Pharrell's production is pretty incredible in it, man. Yeah. It was just a really well-produced project, I thought. Not just a really well-produced project, but that's what jumped out to me most. Yes. How well-produced it was in terms of, not only the beat sounding really good, but, the choice of the verses with the beats, you know what I mean, in terms of they had a lot of emotion to it as well. Mm-hmm. I just thought, also lyrically, Malice and Pusha, they always seem to really.
They always bring it, man.
Yeah, they complement each other very well, and so I thought, overall, with the outlook of the album, is that the production is really what stands out to me, and the subject matter too, because a lot of times people say about Pusha T is all he raps about is cocaine. They say, but to me that didn't sound that way on this album to me. He rapped about life, grief.
Exactly. He has that pocket
drama,
where he can get into the selling bricks and whatever. But
right.
He's an all around good rapper. He's never been the rapper who's you're not gonna listen to his lyrics. He's not gonna have those double entendres, his punchlines. He's dope. So. I'm not really too surprised, but for him to keep doing this, and for this is my first time hearing Malice, so
right.
I didn't know he had that type of style, that type
Sounds
of
a lot
swag.
Like yeah, you could definitely tell they're related.
They sound like I can tell they're brothers on the track.
Yo, his verse on Malice's verse on POV, the joint with Tyler the Creator. That joint was the verse of his that stood out to me.
Yeah, Tyler
again, I think the production brought the best out of that too, because that was beat switch when that happened. And the sounds of the album, for example, it made all the sounds really connect well. Mm-hmm. Good features too. This is a really good project. This is just again, I think this is Clip's first time dropping in maybe 15 years or something. And it just goes to show, man, that a lot of artists out there, don't be so caught up in being on schedule and whatnot. Just cook your food, you know what I mean? Make a good project, and that's what they did, bruh. They you could tell it was a well marinated project, and in terms of the production and the lyrics and recordings and all that. So and getting all the features together too. So much props to the Clipse.
What was your favorite track?
Mike. All right, so it's called MTBTTF. So Mike Tyson blow to the face.
Okay, yeah.
I like that. That beat.
Song.
Yeah. It had it had a real old school hip hop vibe to it, but at the same time, it was just fresh. The music's big too, man. I'm gonna pull up what. Yeah, so I had that track down. I also I thought By the Grace of God was really good too. Let God Sort Him Out is another one. Again, a lot of themes in terms of your spiritual themes. There's a lot of spiritual themes in this album too. I like Chains and Whips too. I thought Kendrick did a good job on that. But also, Chains and Whips was also brought upon us, because of
that was my favorite track.
Yeah, I believe there was a fashion show in Paris or something.
Oh yeah.
And they kept showing snippets of the song pretty much there. Louis Vuitton?
Yeah, was that the freestyle with Pusha and Malice? It was black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were going back and forth.
I know, and they were showing all that just to get Kendrick on it too. Who knows if Kendrick joined after or before, regardless though, it was definitely well planned, I really honestly, there was no bad songs to me. There was no songs.
Top to bottom, it was really really dope.
Nah, I think it was super solid, The Nas verse was cool too. You know, it's awesome how they got Kendrick and Nas on the same album.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's
Tyler's
incredibly
dope
difficult
too.
to do. Yeah.
Tyler's a great feature too.
Oh no, for sure. But I'm just thinking about, you know, like the poets of all poets. Like you get two of them. Like those are like two once in a generation type of talents, and you get them both on an album, you know, and they both did their thing, you know. But yeah, bro. I think is there anything else in mind though about the Clipse album that you're thinking of? Like, what do you think in terms of how it affects the current state of hip hop, for example?
Well, I don't want to talk about going too in depth in the controversy, but the freestyle, they said that he was addressing. I heard there was a bar that was addressed to Travis Scott.
Oh no, there was plenty of bars that addressed Travis Scott.
So,
oh no, definitely we can talk about that.
You want to address that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a what's the word? It's not an elephant in the room. It's not an elephant in the room at this point because everybody was talking about it, and
really?
they were saying like that it was used to. They were saying it was used to create publicity for the album.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Malice and Pusha coming back with you know, just a surprise drop. I mean, I didn't know anything about it before, so like it just seems like it had that viral factor to where it was probably gonna do numbers anyways. So
yeah, well, but real quick though, you know, they were saying that they was used, you know, to create the publicity. But my thing is like, you know, if Pusha T genuinely like felt the need to say something about Travis Scott, then why not go for it? I mean, do you, whatever you feel is best, do, you know what I mean? But people, it was just strange to me out on social media though. People was like, oh, he's 40 something years old talking about somebody that's 20. But I'm like, at the end of the day, they're both grown men. So it's like, you know,
it's not like
whether
Travis
you want
is like a young kid.
Yeah, I've always been a behind closed doors type of, you know,
Yeah.
in terms of that type of thing. But, you know, at the same time, you know, sometimes with artists, you take it to the records, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah, it's music. We're talking about music. We're not
exactly
talking about anything else. So.
But I'm sure it'll be straightened. I mean, honestly, I wasn't I mean, it was the fourth song or something, third or fourth song, I believe.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, it just kind of reminded me how like, oh yeah, there was, you know, some feuding going on before the album dropped, but it didn't really take the forefront of the album to me. Like, I was mainly thinking about how great the music was, you know what I mean? And it wasn't really at the stake of nobody, you know. But in terms of that beef, though, I don't really see Travis responding. I mean,
no, he actually did. He dropped like a line or something. I forgot what he said. I don't know if you want to look it up.
You know, we'll see what happens. I mean,
he dropped a song. I don't think anything like physical or anything violent. It's just going to be a
that'll be
battle,
fine. Everything's,
you know.
yeah.
I'm surprised Travis responded. I wouldn't think Travis would get in like an actual rap beef. I mean, I know he had some in the past.
Yeah, I know nothing about their situations, but at the end of the day, though, you know, that's what artists have platforms for. They're going to use it when they're smart with it, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. But nah, great album, you know. Also, big shout out to Benny the Butcher and Raekwon, man. The Emperor's New Clothes by Raekwon and Summertime Butch too, man. Those projects dropped, I believe, on the same day as Clipse. I think Clipse dropped a week earlier. I could be wrong. But anyway, those two projects dropped the same day. Shout out to both Raekwon and Benny the Butcher, man. Solid projects, man. So check those out too. And so
you can get to the R&B list.
Yeah, for sure, man. So Deuce was telling me about an R&B playlist that Billboard put out. Not playlist, pardon me, a list. It was the top 75 R&B artists. And so we don't quite have time for all 75, but we got time for the top around 25 or so.
Yeah, that's the people, like, you know, that's where you want to hear about, you know, because you know it's going to be the GOATs probably within the top 10, 15. So top 25 is a good place to start at.
Well, one thing's for sure, man. You know the list is serious when already off the bat, right? Like the people that missed out in the top 25 is in the 30, right? You got Gladys Knight. Yep. That's a, you know, super stamp right there. Diana Ross is another, like, you know,
there's one of them that's going to make me so mad.
Stamp in every playlist that you need, you know. Erykah Badu, you know, even though it's like neo soul is kind of like that R&B and hip hop kind of combined, but she's still I would still consider R&B for sure. Shaka Khan's out of there, and Chris Brown is 26. So it's like, you know,
Chris Brown being 26 is kind of upset me because there's a person that's gonna be at 12. I'm like, all right, like he's not that much ahead of Chris Brown, but like, you know, we'll get to that.
So my main thing is this, you know, this is my first time reviewing this list, so I'll react, you know, as I go. So 25 is Patti LaBelle. I mean, Patti LaBelle versus Chris Brown, that's kind of, it's apples and oranges to me. That's the thing, because R&B is such a broad, like, that's such a broad, like, genre to me, because R&B is like, it's broken down into so many different genres and eras to me. Like, cause like, you know, the 70s alone, you got like soul, funk, disco. And then, you know, later on, you know, you got like neo soul, you know, you got contemporary R&B, you know what I mean? You got all these different types of genres, you know what I mean? Gospel, you know, so it's like.
You got emo R&B sometimes. Too.
Yes, I mean, all different types. I mean, I just definitely, you know, genres of which I've, you know, even, I mean, there's even, you know, hip hop is taking its influence in R&B now. So it's like, you know, there's all these different types of genres. So it's hard to compare, you know, but I mean, Patti LaBelle's definitely got hits, but Chris Brown's probably like more influential in terms of his era than I'd say like Patti LaBelle would be. But it's very difficult to compare to me.
Yeah, but they're both like one of the greatest anyways. So you know,
definitely.
Cool.
Bill Withers 24. Bill Withers is a monster.
Yes, 100%.
I feel like that was another artist that didn't get enough respect until like he passed. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, unfortunately that happens a lot.
Nah, it happens very often. Absolutely. But that's Teddy Pendergrass at 23 is crazy to me. That's kind of low to me.
Yeah, he should definitely be higher than that.
I mean, he's got one of the best recorded voices, you know what I mean, I've ever heard. You know, I mean, I'm sure many people would agree with me, but, you know, like I said, I feel like R&B it's too broad to have all this as R&B. Like you want to have like 2000s, because like 2010s R&B, for example, 2000s R&B, like they all sound so different, you know?
Billboard, sometimes they treat the list like a award show, like people with the most accolades in a certain way or a certain sound that was popular in that certain time that fits their, like, you know, the thing they want to promote the most, you know, like.
Yo.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah, make sure you're speaking mic. Yeah.
The mic. I don't know why the mic just.
yeah. But no, they definitely do. Because I remember we reviewed lists in terms of pop stars and things like that. And we was like, yo, they was you know, considering them that, you know. But so at 22 we got Luther Vandross. I mean, I wouldn't put him above Teddy Pendergrass or these other artists. I mean, Luther was pretty damn great. You know, don't get me wrong, but I don't know right now, you know, him at 22. That's just me, though. I mean, Luther got hits, though.
Hella hits.
So, all right, let's see. So, 21, 22. Okay, we'll go to the top 15 because we're running a little short on time. But Al Green's at 18. That's a little crazy to me, too.
He should be in the top 10, I feel like.
Janet Jackson, 17. Nah, I feel that. I'm not mad at that, man. Okay. Janet Jackson, 17.
She should be around the top 15.
She more pop to me though. That's the thing. Because I feel like I feel like it's not even Janet's fault. Because like Michael just got so big that everybody else got big. You know what I mean? And so they kind of just boxed her into that pop thing. But I don't know necessarily. 16's Mary J. Blige. Mary's a pretty good singer.
She's been on the radio since like forever.
Mary's definitely like one of the biggest 90s R&B. 90s and 2000, mainly 2000s R&B. I think she got really big in the 2000s, you know. But in the 90s, she was doing her thing too. So, you know, Mary J. I don't know though if I put her above Patti LaBelle. I don't even know if she could put herself above like Patti LaBelle and Luther Vandross and some of these people. That's a lot. I mean, like that's just me though. You know,
I wouldn't put her over them either.
Yeah, but Mary J. is incredible. Don't get me wrong. Like she definitely deserves her flowers. Isaac Hayes is 15. He was a pretty good writer in terms of, you know, he wrote a lot of his own music. Now this list is definitely getting interesting because Curtis Mayfield is at 14. I think Curtis Mayfield could be higher because he wrote a lot of music for like he wrote music for Gladys Knight. He wrote his own music as well. So him at 14 is interesting. You know. Got Pusha Man here. Let's see. So now we getting into that top 15.
Sam Cooke is one of my favorite artists of all time. Man. I love Sam
Born
Cooke.
by the River.
Yes.
You know, that's a hit.
In the little tent.
Yes, sir. And just like that river,
been
running ever since.
Oh, nah.
All right, 12. 12 is Usher. All right.
See,
that's kind of random to me. That's just dope, though.
Come on, I feel like if you got Usher at 12, you should have Chris Brown somewhere in the top 15.
All right, so I'm gonna say, let me get this off my chest now. This list, it's too broad.
Yeah,
I can't compare Usher to Janet Jackson and Janet Jackson to Teddy Pendergrass. Like, you know what I mean? And so it just to me, like as much as I try and put them in the same category, I just can't because the music is so different. The singing styles are so different. You know what I mean? It's like they're not playing the same game really. You know, you might call R&B like it's the same music. It's not to me, you know, but this list is cool though. I'm not going to lie, you know. So now we get into top 10. Ray Charles is at 11. Marvin Gaye at 10. That's crazy to me. Marvin Gaye at 10.
Marvin Gaye should be like freaking almost 1, probably.
Nah, because if he was still alive, too, especially, bro, I mean, they would have been damn near undoubtable. I mean, What's Going On alone is an incredible album.
Yep.
You know. Got R. Kelly at 9.
I mean, honestly,
he's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he should be 9. I mean, if you're gonna put him on the list, you know, like,
yeah,
I feel like he should, you know.
And look,
you should be.
This is personal antics aside, you know, legal issues aside, and whatnot, man. R. Kelly, he was a demon, man. Like
a real demon, an actual demon. Yes.
Yeah. But in terms of his singing ability, crazy, bro. And he had hits. I mean, I Believe I Could Fly. It's just like that was like his biggest mainstream hit. But then Trapped in the Closet, that whole series is incredible. So, I'm not exactly gonna say like shout out to R. Kelly, but
no.
But,
we can keep going.
Yeah.
Mariah
Carey's 8. All right, so that's another where I'm like, really? She's more pop to me.
She's definitely more pop. I don't really. Come on, man.
Like, I don't know. That's a little crazy to me.
Yeah.
But Prince at 7. Okay, so Prince is R&B. Even though Prince to me, I would think is pop. Honestly.
You're like but it's gonna make you more mad later. Trust. But like, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like all these people, like, once you get in the top 15, it's kind of like, all right, you can mostly interchange a lot of them. But, like, I don't know. It's like Prince at 7. Prince is never on the 7 any list, man. I don't think.
I had a question for you.
Yes?
Would you ever listen to a Prince song, right? Let's say you listen to a Prince song, and then you listen to a Mary J. Blige song, and you're like, this is the same genre. Like, nah, bro. Like, it's so much different. Like, Mary J. Blige, comparing her to Prince, for example, in the same, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, that, it's just completely different music. I mean, like the tempos are completely different.
Yeah.
What they're singing about is completely different. Like this is not the same genre of music to me. You know what I mean? But that'll be the last time I say that because I keep saying it. But I just want to make sure it's clear because it's like, you know, just because it's black singers doesn't mean it's all like R&B, basically what this is like a top 75 black singers is basically what they're trying to do.
Yeah, like,
with the exception of not everybody's black on the list, but like anybody that is like considered like what they call black music, which is like R&B. But to me, like, you know, there's so many different sectors of it that like it doesn't really do these artists justice to put them all together. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of just to put them all against each other like that. Cause like it's not really comparable to me what each artist does. But anyway. 6 is James Brown. So to me, James Brown's got to be in the top 5 because without him, you got no hip hop. In terms of his records, the way that he was singing ad lib over him is basically just hip hopping, MCing, I should say, before hip hop even existed. And on top of that, he has so many records. So it's like, you know, I got to go James Brown top 5.
Yeah, top 5. I feel like he should be like maybe like one spot higher, but
right. You know,
he's dope. He's a great artist.
I think. Yeah, James Brown is like he's my favorite musician, so that's why I'm biased on that one. Yeah, but Whitney Houston is 5.
Yep.
Whitney Houston is an incredible singer. I don't know necessarily if she got the records to be like a top 5 R&B artist. She got a lot of great records.
Yeah, I feel like she could be around the top 10, realistically speaking.
Definitely.
But I feel like why Billboard will put her there. I'll kind of.
She is from Newark too, so shout out to Whitney.
Yes,
you know, sir. But yeah, you know, just realistically speaking, like as unbiased as I could possibly be, you know, I think Whitney has one of the most incredible voices ever. Her voice is, you know, she's one of the best singers ever.
Yeah, she could sing her ass off, man.
For sure. And she got records too, but I don't know necessarily if she had the longevity of other artists that you could, you know, kind of compare her to.
Yeah.
You know, but but her being a top 5 though, I'm not mad at that at all. Beyonce's 4. Beyonce to me is like Beyonce is like she goes back and forth between R&B and pop, but to me though she's still more pop though.
I feel like she can be on one, but like I don't know, like top 5. I don't know about top 5.
Cause I don't know if I think Beyonce is a good singer, but I don't think she could sing like the rest of the people we mentioned in terms of like, yeah, I mean in terms of just the singing ability. That being said, Beyonce can sing. Like I'm not saying she can't sing, and she does have tons of records.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just hard. Again, I have to bring it up again. It's just hard for me to compare her to like the moguls of the 70s, you know what I mean? To the legends of the 70s. It's hard, you know, because that era was just so different. And my guess is that the top 3 is probably going to be like Michael Jackson and artists from the 70s. So a few come to mind immediately.
You going to see?
Yeah, number 3, Michael Jackson. How about that? So, see, this to me is already because Michael Jackson is known as the king of pop. So why are you putting him on an R&B playlist? You know what I mean? A lot of these artists are pop artists too. That's another issue I have with this.
How you got Michael Jackson 4 spots before Prince?
Yeah, exactly. When they both known as pop artists. You know what I mean? Like, they have R&B elements, but pop music has elements of all music in it. That's why it's pop. It's literally whatever's hot. I'm just gonna throw it on, and so of course it has elements of R&B music. You know, pop does, but that doesn't mean that they're R&B artists. You know what I mean? So that's my problem. You know, like with Beyonce, Michael Jackson being on the list. You know, Janet Jackson, for example. We're forgetting a few, but you know, I mean, much respect to them, but they're more of pop artists just because of what the industry, you know, would label them as pretty much. But that's just because of what the music and what the albums were.
Exactly.
So, all right, number 2, Aretha Franklin. Yeah, that's dope. So I think Aretha Franklin is one of the best voices ever, easily. She's definitely got tons of records, but I don't know necessarily if I put her above James Brown in terms of records. Like Aretha, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. James Brown, I don't know. I feel like he should be.
Nah, Aretha's like that though.
Yeah, she is.
Aretha's like that. Yeah, my pops worked. My pops, he's a former trumpet player. He played with a lot of these artists we named here. You know, but he said about Aretha that she took her business really seriously. Really nice woman, and she was in person, like her voice sounded even better. And so yeah, you know, Aretha Franklin was pretty incredible. You know, she's known as let's see what we got here. So obviously, Respect is a huge hit.
Exactly.
You know, Freeway Love, the Queen of Soul, you know, was what she was known as, you know. But number 1 is Stevie Wonder. And I agree with that. I think Stevie Wonder's, I think, I put James Brown 1, honestly. I have to. And then Stevie Wonder 2. And I would get like Marvin Gaye up there.
All right, so
I need
James Brown 1, Stevie Wonder 2, James Brown. Oh, no,
I would say Marvin Gaye is
Marvin Gaye 3.
I don't want to put him 3, but he's definitely in the top 5. Okay. I mean, but then again, this is my personal, like, this is my preference. Like, I really like Teddy Pendergrass too. I like Curtis Mayfield. You know, Al Green, for example. Aretha, Gladys Knight. You know, but that's just, you know, my taste is a lot older. You know, like I like a lot of really old records. You know, but I just think the 70s, like, no era music is fucking with the 70s to me. You know, but.
Yeah, that was a great time in music, man.
Yeah, no, we
didn't get to see it, but
no, for sure. But it's a dope list. I mean, the drugs back then was crazy too. You know,
in the 80s too.
Yeah, for sure. But that's kind of what built disco for the 80s. You know what I mean? But in terms of list though, it's definitely a dope list. You know, it's cool seeing these names with them. You know, but I don't think it's fair to artists like Chris Brown, Beyonce, you know, to be put into this, because it's like, you know, what they do is a completely different sport. So
I mean, I feel like Chris Brown's a lot of R&B. I mean, when you first started out, he was probably strictly R&B. I feel like, man, he kind of dabbled. Sure. He kind of got bigger, and his music he started to experiment a lot more. So I feel like now he's probably more of a pop star.
Like to me, I feel like the most talented like male entertainers of our era is probably him and Bruno Mars to me.
Yeah,
those two, like, it's by far, like, in terms of that. I mean, Usher is a little before our generation. Usher's pretty great too. But yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap up this episode. Yeah. We appreciate y'all. You know, we back. You know, Deuce and Don podcast, and
we love y'all, man. We're glad to be back.
Keep commenting your thoughts. You know what I mean? Yo, you guys are mad loyal. You know what I mean? You keep coming back for these views. We've been getting, you know, requests. You know, when we gonna record again? When we back, man? 3 months later. So you're gonna see us back soon. Another episode coming. So stay tuned. Sir. Peace.
Peace. Love y'all.
All right. That does it for music, man. I like that.